Lego123 here, this time doing another LEGO Ninjago 2016 set review. This time, as you can see, is on set 70603. This is the Raid Zeppelin. It includes Zane, Doubloon and Clancee. So there you can see the front of the box with, of course, Jay on the top there. And then there you can see the back of the box, and it does include Gym Blade number 5, which is the one, of course, trapping Jay, and all of the features of the set. So now let's go ahead, open it up, build it, and take a look. With the minifigures first of all, as you can see here from left to right we have got Zane, Clancee and Doubloon. But now let's take a look at each one individually. So starting off with Zane here, as you can see he is of course in his new Ejitsu gi, and he does come with the Gym Blade which is trapping Jay, which of course is the Sword of Souls if you haven't seen the episode yet. And this is of course using Jay's power, and there you can see Jay's face there, and then the new Gym Blade piece and of course the Elemental Blade. There you can see his torso and leg detailing. And then you can't really see much of his back detailing because of the armour. Now let's take a look at him without all the accessories. There you can see his face printing, which is the same as last year. And of course he has got the second face. And then there you can also see his back detailing. So now moving on to Clancee. There you can see Clancee. And as you can see he does have a peg leg, which is really cool. There you can see his torso detailing. And he does use the Anaconda headpiece from last year's Ninjago sets, which is really cool. And that is recoloured in green. And then you can see his face detailing, and his weapon is basically just a little brush to sweep the deck, and it has got a little spike at the end. And then he does also come with this little bucket, which is in brown, like so. And then there you can see his back detailing, which is pretty cool. Overall, this is definitely one of my favourite minifigures of this entire Ninjago wave, and I'm definitely a big fan of him. So now let's move on to Doubloon. Here you can see Doubloon himself. He does come with 2 of the new Cutlass pieces, which of course I've got that skull and crossbones kind of in there, his skull face. And there you can see his torso detailing is the same as Bucko's, and his face is actually really interesting, because there you can see his first face, and then his second face is basically just an upside down version, and it is really interesting how that is in the show. And then you can see of course the helmet, and then there you can see his leg and foot detailing, and yeah, just another look at his face there, which is pretty cool. So now let's move on to the actual set itself. So starting off with Zane's speeder here, as you can see, it's not the best of design. These spinner crowns do break off pretty easy because they are only held on by that part. And there aren't any studs for Zane to stand on. That is where Zane goes, and there are no studs there. So to get him on, you have to attach his hand to the handle, like so. And he doesn't really stay on very well, and I'm not a big fan of it. And as you can see, we've got these stud shooters at the front, and then the sticker there to print in there. And then these stud shooters can move, and to activate them, you kind of have to push these spinner crowns down, and then shoot these. And then as you can see, we have got some shurikens on there. But it is an okay design, and it is nice that we do get something for Zane in this. And then of course, you know how these stud shooters work, like so. So now let's move on to the actual Raid Zeppelin itself. Here is the actual Zeppelin itself. As you can see, this is a really nice design here. And you can see how they've got the balloon at the top here, which uses these new balloon pieces. And there isn't one at the bottom there, but that is simply so this can connect onto the actual thing. It does kind of look weird, but when you look at this thing from the side, you don't really notice it. And then we have got some spikes on here, and little jets coming out the back to power this thing. And then there you can see in there we have got this steering wheel with a little pirate thing. Now it is kind of hard to get minifigures into this thing, and there isn't really much space for minifigures. It's kind of a tight fit to get them in there, but you can put Clancee there, and it's mainly because of the balloon at the top, which there is kind of a look at it from the front, and it does look pretty cool. And then there you can see we have got this cannon here, and the ammunition for this is right here. So you can take these little boulders and then put them in, and then obviously how you know cannonballs work, you can kind of hold down on this, pull this bit back, and then it will shoot out. It doesn't really work too well on this because it is a really tight squeeze because of everything that's going on over here, and so I'm not a big fan of this. Yeah, as you can see I just pulled the head off, but it is really hard to launch, but you get the idea. And then there you can see we've got the head on the front here, which is a really nice kind of skull. Not really sure what it's meant to be, but it does look pretty cool. And then ammunition for these stud shooters, which are on the side here, between these claws, is right behind the ammunition for the cannons. And the stud shooters do fire really easily, like so. So yeah, so the stud shooters are pretty cool, but the cannon is kind of mainly there for display, because unless you point it down and go like that, it's kind of hard to shoot it. As you can see, there is a lot of orange, brown and black on here, which is kind of the Sky Pirate colour scheme. As you can see, we have got this barrel with some dynamite in there, and that goes on a flat tile in there, which you can see. And there is a feature with that later on. As you can see, we've got some stickers on here, and more of the new pirate cutlasses that they've introduced. Now these bits with the anchors can move up and down, and then at the back you've got these which can move as well. Now the main play feature of this whole set comes from this. What you can do is you can pull that back, and then the dynamite, if I just support this whole ship up on something. Now that I have got this supported, as you can see, when you pull this bit at the back, the dynamite drops out of the actual ship, which then can drop into whatever is a bit below and then blow that up. And I think that is a pretty cool play feature, because if you've got this flying high above some ninja stuff, you can really do some make-believe blowing stuff up, and it is kind of piratey as well, and it is also a really nice feature, just the way that they've got it built into the actual set. And as you can see, again, it just falls out, and then there you can see kind of the gap where it was, and then closing that up, you can put the dynamite back in. And then they do use the new kind of disc shooter prints, which were in Misfortune's Keep, on these little panels, which is pretty cool. And then we have got the actual skybound flag here, which can move up and down. And there is a little control panel right behind Clancee, which is kind of hard to see, as you can see, which does have some of the basic prints, but there is also a sticker with some radar on the back. But yeah, that's basically it for the Raid Zeppelin. So now onto the ratings for the set. So now onto the ratings for the Raid Zeppelin. Now quickly before we get to those, taking a quick look at the instructions. As you can see, this set does have 2 instruction books. On the back of the first one, we've got a win with Lloyd there, but no other advertisements. And then in the second one, on the back, we've got an advertisement for Lego Club, then just a basic parts count. Then we've got the new Skybound poster, and an advertisement for all of these sets. I have reviewed Misfortune's Keep and Tiger Widow Island, and then the kind of Skybound website poster. So yeah, now onto the actual ratings for this set. Overall, I'm going to give this set a 9. This is definitely a pretty cool set. It does have some cons, mainly about this cannon, but also the fact that it is really hard to get minifigures in this thing and move them around because of how small it is, and also around this control area. But other than that, the look of the set is really, really cool. You get some really good minifigures. In fact, every single minifigure in this set is exclusive, so that adds even more value to this set. And it's nice that we get a gym blade just like in every other set. So yeah, that's basically it for this review, and I definitely recommend this set, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!